it means to be an American. America is freedom, and freedom is special and rare.
We, the people of this great nation.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
We, the people of this great nation.
Good morning, my fellow Americans. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Lots of things to talk about, but today's subject is particularly bothering me. So this weekend I had a great time at the Trump boat parade. I was able to participate with some of my fellow Republicans who are great people, great Christians, and I had a great time with them. But unfortunately, I get home and the first thing I see is this has-been actor that goes by the name of Michael Rapaport laughing at people who are literally losing their boats. Their boats were literally sinking, and he was laughing and making jokes about it, calling them fucking idiots, calling them all sorts of things. This is how bad celebrities are. This is how bad. This guy specifically is a piece of shit. He's horrible. He's talentless. His career's over. He's kind of like a smaller version of Alyssa Milano, a pretend activist. But nevertheless, you'll know who he is if you Google him. He played the Nazi. Ironically, he played the Nazi in the movie Higher Learning. The guy's a fucking joke in my book. I've read a bunch. I've seen a lot of his videos. It got me intrigued, so I went in there and I started reading seeing his videos and the stuff he posts about. Okay, apparently he's extremely scared, and he doesn't want to keep getting scared by neither the left or the right. So it was just, I was seeing this and I was thinking to myself, my God, what a difference it is between the Democrats and the Republicans, and how bad it's gotten on the left compared to the right. We were parading. We were celebrating America and celebrating our president. We weren't committing any harm towards anybody. We weren't doing anything wrong. We were simply celebrating. We weren't rioting, and we definitely weren't looting. And for somebody to sit there and call people complete morons as they're losing their personal property, because anything can happen. When you go out into the ocean, you know, some people have older boats. They can't afford to have a new boat, a state-of-the-art boat. Some of these boats are not the best boats, and sometimes things like this happen, especially when thousands of boats came out. Not like Joe Biden's 5 canoes that came out supporting him. But apparently he found it to be extremely funny, and he found somebody else's misery to be exciting for him. This is the problem. These people have money. These people live in a bubble. Celebrities are just in another world. That's why no one respects what they have to say. So my message to Michael Rapaport would be, focus on your career, because you don't have one right now. Perhaps you should focus on your craft, maybe talk to your agent, and stop trying to talk about politics when you know nothing about it. You don't know what the American people want. You don't know what the American people need. You don't speak for America. America speaks for itself. We live in a democracy where people are entitled to vote for whoever they want. I don't hate on anybody who votes for Joe Biden. I think it's a dumb decision. That's my opinion. As for a lot of people would probably think the same thing about me for voting for Trump. But the bottom line is, you should never be content or happy about bad things happening to others. Because I'm sure when it comes to, these BLM protests, if something bad was to happen to one of those people's property, he'd be talking about it and he wouldn't be making fun of it. I promise you that. Of course, since it was a Trump supporter, he had to quickly jump and make fun of that person. That person who just lost something. Maybe it was their only hobby. Maybe it was their stress reliever. Maybe it was the only thing that they had, that they went out on weekends to enjoy themselves. They just lost their property. They just lost their belongings, and most people are not like Michael Rapaport that could sit there and go buy another one. Most Americans don't have that kind of money. So it's pretty sad to see somebody in that position laughing at Americans. We need to strike back. And you know how we strike back? We strike back at the polls. We vote for Trump. We vote for somebody who actually cares about Americans. Not these liberal left-wing bitches that don't care anything about us. They don't care whether we have money, whether the economy is doing good for us, whether our businesses are striving. They don't care. They only care about their little left-wing group of friends that all support Biden, which is ironic because the guy literally wants to tax the shit out of them. But apparently this is how little they know about politics. They don't realize that the person that they're electing is going to tax them up the yin-yang. But whatever, that's on them. My point here on this specific podcast is how angry I am at this guy, Michael Rapaport. I've made a YouTube video on it because I like calling people out with my face looking at them because I'm a man. So since I felt almost like an obligation to defend these people that lost their property, because pieces of shit like Michael Rapaport like to mock and make fun of Trump supporters. Is that not what a democracy is? Are these the times we're living in that that people are happy for bad things happening to other people just because they support another candidate? Do we not live in the United States of America? A democracy where you can vote for whatever party you like? That we're not forced to vote for somebody? Apparently the left is brainwashed to vote for specific candidates. They have been. Unfortunately, the black community is the same way. They've been told the Democratic Party is the party for them. They're starting to wake up. They're starting to see that that the Democratic Party has nothing to offer them but lies and promises, and have been doing that for the last couple decades. But that being said, nobody should ever be happy about other people's misery. And if something tragic was to happen to any BLM protester, I'd be sad for that person. I wouldn't be happy or I wouldn't be laughing if somebody's, for example, something a little bit smaller than a boat, but let's say their camera, somebody was recording the whole Black Lives Matter protest and showing pride for Black Lives Matter, and their camera gets damaged or broken and they drop it and everybody sees it. I wouldn't be laughing at that. Or if they did a protest with boats and one of their boats sank, I wouldn't be laughing at that. I would feel bad for them, just as a human being. But apparently Michael Rapaport lacks all moral compass. The guy's just a giant piece of shit. I have really no words to describe this guy. The way he is laughing and the fact that people actually pay attention to this guy is just beyond my understanding. The guy was a horrible actor. Horrible actor. He did a couple good films, but it was because of the cast that was with him. Nothing really that really brings him out. He has this little, I guess, Boston accent, and he thinks he's a tough guy. We all know usually dogs that bark don't bite. So that being said, I thought it was I almost felt obligated that I had to come on and say this because I got so mad and it was working me up so much seeing this guy on his high horse making fun of people that were celebrating and not rioting and looting, but celebrating America. And that is my take for the day, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't believe this false narrative that the celebrities want you to believe. They don't know. They don't have a fucking clue about what's going on in this world. They go from actors to politicians. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They live in their own little world. Do not be fooled. They don't care about you. You make them money. It's not the other way around. Okay, they entertain us, but we pay movie tickets. We pay to watch them. Technically, if you really want to, we've made them famous by watching their movies. So that being said, guys, love you. Love all Americans of all races and creed. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you. God bless your family. Most importantly, God bless this beautiful country we call America.